AEW All Out, the weapons controversy, Dutch. Now, you saw...
The what?
The weapons issues, the controversy.
Yeah.
You're right.
The what? Yeah, I'm fine.
Controversy, if you want to pronounce it that way.
Oh, controversy. I got that one. What did you call that?
That's how we pronounce it. Controversy.
That word itself creates a problem.
For who?
Oh, for me, for one.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, we're Americans. You got to break it down for us.
I'm not changing the way I speak. I know most of the people who watch this are American, but it's tough luck. So, AEW All Out. The main event was Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. Okay, there's a couple of different points that I think people have been making. One, there was some extreme weapony stuff happening.
Yep.
Two, there was a lot of it. So a lot of it sort of got washed away by the other stuff that happened directly afterwards. So there's sort of 2 points to really make there. Immediately thinking about it, also it was in a cage, where the cage wasn't really that big of a deal at all regarding the match, apart from the fact that it just impeded the view of the audience who'd paid tickets to go and see the main event. But, okay, of all the weapons stuff, we had, staples, we had, where have I written it? Other stuff as well. But then we get to the extremes. A piece of wood, there we go. Barbed wire wrapped around the arm for a clothesline. And then let's get to the first of the weapons deals that really seem to, cause some distaste among fans watching. Some fans. The cinder block. What did you see of this?
Well, I saw Swerve Strickland, right?
Yep.
He took a power bomb on the cinder block. And it's almost like they sat down together and watched some hardcore wrestling from 10 or 15 years ago and decided to bring it all back and put it in this one match. Now, I watched it. I didn't watch it in its entirety, but they beat the living crap out of each other. You see, wrestling's not built on that. Wrestling's built on not beating the crap out of each other and make people believe that you are. They reverse that and they beat the crap out of each other for real. And now the people sit back saying, nah, fake, fake. But I'll say one thing. I'm not going to knock them. Those guys worked hard. They took a lot of risk. They did. And I even saw a comment by Ricky Morton. He said, guys, don't do this. He said, man, I took a lot of chair shots in my life, and I have trouble remembering.
I'll give you the quote. Stop headshots with steel chairs. Chair shots to my temple have caused lots of damage to my memory and caused lots of concussions. I have to take specific medication from taking those shots. Please don't go through what I put my body through. We have evolved since then.
Well, I was evolving back in the day when they wanted to do all that crap. Somebody said, let me hit you with a chair. I said, why don't you go and F yourself? You're not hitting me with nothing. I remember I was in a match one time with this guy, and I says he wanted me to make the show. It was me and One Man Gang. We made the show. And I told him, he said, I'm going to put you in this hardcore match with me. I said, I don't do hardcore. He said, well, but he booked it anyway. It was a hardcore match. So when I got to the show, I pulled him over and I said, wait a minute, this says a hardcore match. What did I tell you? He said, I know. He said, we'll work around it. Thinking that when we got out there, I would change my mind. Well, I says, we went and had the hardcore match, but guess where the hardcore was done to?
Oh, on the guy.
Him.
Yeah.
No, to him. Because when he'd pick up a chair, I'd kick and take it away from him, hit him with it. And I didn't do anything. I gave him the finish is all I gave him. And he came back and he was crying. I said, what are you crying about? He said, man, I called it a hardcore match and you're the only one that did it. I said, listen, next time I tell you something, don't book me in a match that I told you I don't do. Why would I go to an independent show? I don't know this guy from Adam's House Cat. So I'm going to stand there and let him hit me with a chair? I mean, I'm nuts. I'm crazy, but I'm not that damn crazy. And, what always amazed me about the headshots is a guy would just stand there and put his head up or duck his neck and take the chair. No, my hands are going up. I don't trust, when guys are using weapons like that, your first priority is to take care of yourself. And I always did. So, but the match, I think he's going to have maybe not back problems or lower back problems for taking that. He got cut. They took a lot of chances to power bomb somebody on that. I don't care. I don't know how can you protect a guy by picking him up like this and setting him down in the small of his back on a concrete cinder block. It's crazy. But they took it. And the last part is when he hit the chair and it went all the way down on his neck and he was laid there like that. Mm-hmm. So, but I hear they gimmicked the chair to where it would do that. But still, I don't know. I think that, to me, I mean, if you'd like that, you'd like that. But I think you turn a lot of your audience off of some of that hardcore stuff. See, hardcore appeals to men. It does not appeal to women. And women are half your viewing audience, I would imagine. So
not AEW's. AEW's is like what, 20%, 25% women?
Well, that's what ECW used to have. If you look at some of their old tapes in the old Philadelphia arena, they had it's all guys.
That's a sausage fest.
Oh man, it's all guys and all they're going, hey, who this, that, and the other. So, but Paul Heyman found a market and he went after it and he got it. So, but anyway, you got to look at it. This was a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. Let me
pay-per-view.
Let me ask you this, because there's a couple more points I'm going to get to with the chair and the syringe and stuff like that. But there's tons of points actually. Apart from like FMW, and that's in Japan. In like America, I know ECW had some success 20 odd years ago. But in the modern era, I think, we watch these botches, we watch these stupid people setting themselves on fire and going through tables and blah, blah, blah. Well, how many people are in the crowd? 10, 20, 30?
Yeah, less than 100. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
that's their big show. 100 people.
Shouldn't that tell AEW that for the most part people really don't want to see? I mean, hardcore wrestling is one thing, but sticking a syringe in somebody's mouth and piercing it all the way through.
Where did
I'm
that
not afraid
come
of needles. From? I'm not afraid of needles, right? And I had to turn away.
I am. Brother, I'll tell you what, if he'd have come out with a needle and didn't tell me about it, well, first of all, if he'd have told me about it, I wouldn't do the match. If he'd have come out with a needle and I didn't know about it, I'd be up and out of the cage. I'd be gone. Now, where did that spot come from and what's that supposed to do?
Well, it's just
incapacitate the guy, knock him out, drug him, and what?
Yeah, it's disgusting for the viewer. It's, I imagine, annoying, but not really that painful for the person taking it. It's just grotesque freak show at that point. You're not making fans.
Okay, when he gave him the power bomb on the concrete cinder block, he kicked out. Didn't he kick out?
Oh yeah.
And then the finish came when he hit him with the chair, and that was the finish. But I'm saying, if you take a cinder block, you actually take away the effect of it by having him kick out. I don't know. They can do what they want to do, and they will find what works for them and go from there.
Do you remember an old promotion called CZW?
Really hardcore stuff?
Yeah, that was like with the weed whackers and the glass and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know what?
I've been to a lot of independent shows that do that stuff.
Yeah, and do you remember any of them getting a lot of advertising? Or,
no.
Channels tripping over themselves to book them?
Okay, you got a company, right? And what did I say about women? They're half the population of America, and you're selling something. You're not going to go in there and advertise or be a sponsor for any. any local show or even TV show that has all that wild, crazy stuff. Because half your audience is women. Women are not going to like that. They are not going to like it and will not watch it. See, where WWE, they had their big run. They brought a lot of women in and a lot of kids. And all their marketing, to around those tables, it's all kids. A lot of it is, and they're coming by this and this and this. That's why their gimmick sales are so good, because they sell to women and they sell to kids mostly.
The other thing is, this was all in one match. As I say, splinters of wood, that sort of harkened back to, the old NWA, but staples and clotheslines with barbed wire, and then we've got syringes in the mouth, we've got power bombs and vertebreakers on concrete, we've got the chair shot.
I've never seen a syringe in the mouth. I never saw that.
Do you ever want to see it again?
No, but I can say I saw it the first time, and that'll be probably twice I've seen it. First time and last time. Hope I don't see it again. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, he pulled the top off of. Where did he have that syringe during the match?
In his tights.
Okay.
No,
he went for that object in his trunks. Okay.
It would be funny, though. Here's the thing.
Wait a minute. What if he just stuck himself with it? And all of a sudden his arms is loose. Anyway, I always throw a little comedy in there, so it lightens the mood.
Here's the thing. Why isn't someone in the back stopping them? And I'm not like all of these individual weapon spots themselves, for the most part, would maybe not the syringe, but everything else would fit as a finish. So what you've really done is you've gone for like 6 or 7 extreme weapon spot finishes, and you've just lumped them all into one match. Yep. So none of them really stand out. It's like, shouldn't the headline be got power bombed on a cinder block? But it's not. It's the syringe in the mouth. And then that wasn't. It was the chair.
Okay, if he'd got power bombed on a cinder block, got pinned, and the people are going to believe that. But if he had laid there and the other guy lay off, now they come in and cart him out, that adds the belief factor into that cinder block.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's having back trouble for the next week or two, what does it matter? He's getting paid anyway. But he's selling the back, and now he's got something to come back on. I don't know. I think they used way too many stuff. They worked hard. That's what I'm going to say. They worked really, really hard, but they worked a little bit foolish, I think. And Ricky Morton has the right idea. Don't do this stuff, guys, because how old is Swerve Strickland or the other kid?
I think it's somewhere in the 30s, the pair of them. I think Adam Page might be in his early 30s.
You take a cinder block, that right there, that's equal to about 20 power bombs at least. So you only got so much in a career. Pretty soon, he could have a vertebrae break. He could have broke his back, but it didn't happen. I hope. I haven't heard anything from it, but I hope he's okay.
Yeah, 33 and 34 around that age. They both are, so about the same age. Let's just talk about the chair shot briefly as well then. So, obviously, during your career, you were never a fan of taking any kind of weapon shot to the head. As you're famous for coining the phrase, I like the wrestling business better when the marks sat in the seats and, that kind of thing. That being said, this was a quote-unquote shaved-down chair, so the metal was thinner, and they'd clearly gimmicked it, so it went boing, as soon as contact hit. Are you okay with this kind of chair shot being taken unprotected?
Unprotected? Hell no. Because what it will do is Cactus Jack, he put out something, I don't know, it was 10 years ago, a long time ago. But he says he's taken so many chair shots, now his memory is scattered. And I don't know if it got better. I don't know how your memory gets better. But he said he was going home one night. Now, this was his words, not mine. He was going home one night in his car, and he got lost going to his house. And he attributes that to all the chair shots in Japan, all the chair shots in WWE, plus his affiliation with Terry Funk. And I mean, it's not good. I mean, you can love wrestling, but love your body a little bit more. because, wrestling is going to come and go. And finally, you're going to get too old to do it anyway, except watch it and talk about it like I'm doing now. I damn sure couldn't do it. I wouldn't even attempt to do it. I mean, even if I could still get around a little bit, I would not attempt to get in there because, first of all, I'm going to get hurt. Second of all, it looks like crap. And I can't win it anyway. But no, I don't take chair shots. I don't take the table shots. Going through a table, I didn't mind those too much because, it was just, you hold weight would crush the table. You're okay there. But if a guy just gets off a little bit and hits you with an edge, you could just be covered in blood and not even really know it. I mean, you feel the initial thud, boom, and then all of a sudden, if a screw catches you, or very dangerous. And what makes it so bad for a lot of these independent guys, they're not experienced. Their opponents are not experienced. So it's a wonder more of them don't end up in a hospital with really, really serious injuries. And I don't think we hear about 75% of them that really get hurt.
I'll mention two more things about this and we'll move on. One is Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. I can't quite tell who's the babyface and who's the heel because Swerve, at least, he started heel, then babyface again, then he was heel again for Bryan Danielson. Now he's the babyface again, I think, because Adam Page set fire to his childhood home. But Adam Page came back and he was a babyface briefly, then he was a heel, then it's not very well defined.
They don't even know. I think they call that, they're both like tweeners. Both of them have their own fans. But still, that doesn't tell you which way to go. If you're trying to read that crowd, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, it's got to a point now, I can't even tell what they're doing.
Okay. With that being said, do AEW and WWE, but we're not talking about WWE, we're talking about AEW. Does AEW have a duty of care to their pro wrestlers and stop them from doing stupid stuff? Almost like, CM Punk and Cry Me a River when Jack Perry tried to do the glass thing. Someone was a voice of reason say, don't use this. And then there's a big folder all over it. But I
don't think they have one there. I think, Tony, you could tell who put this match together.
Oh, the guys.
Strickland and Page, they put it together. And then when they present it to the agent or the guy that's going to shoot it, they lay all this stuff out and they say, oh, go do it. Sounds great. It sounds great. Because if they have a guy saying, I don't know about that chair shot. Oh, man, we worked on it, and they're both lobbying for it. So, and if I was the agent for it, I'd say, go for it, guys. I don't want you to do it, but if they're going to do it, they're going to do it.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, they will know, anyone in this generation of wrestling or any sport will know the risks of head trauma, know the risks of CTE, know the effects of CTE. Or most
but they're young. But they're young.
They're not that young. They're about my age. They're a few years younger than me. I mean, I knew that.
But I'm saying they want to do it to say they want a piece of video that shows what a wild, crazy, out of the ordinary match that they had. And now they have it. Now they may be watching TV one day going, hey, that's not funny. That is not funny.
I wasn't laughing. You laughed.
You're making fun out of somebody's misfortune. But guys, and I agree with Ricky Morton. Lighten up, guys, please. And I know you want something different, but I mean, I don't know.